So this video actually is for you basically. I will be disabling all these tools and re-enabling them so that you can see how we make use of these tools. You understand? So the first thing I will do is come to this side, all these sections, and then you see this cross icon. The arrow, I'll disable it. I come here. This arrow here is what I'm clicking. When I click on the arrow, it will show all these things. So I will click on the yellow just to disable them so that they are not available for me to use. Then I will show you how I will go back and enable all of those tools. So you see the tools that we use for our analysis. So now we have a clear chart here. Now even these time frames, I'll also disable them. You understand? So by disabling all these tools, it's going to help you understand what we are basically saying. This one is still one that is enabled. I think it's under text. So you can see our chart is clear. Now if we want to screenshot this chart, what we'll simply do is we'll come here and click on download image. So you see it just downloaded here. So this is the image of this particular chart. Everything on this chart, this is the image here. Now that being the case, we want to now add the time frame so that we can be able to monitor the chart. What do? We'll click here and you can see the different time frames that are available here. You see the 24 hours time frame, we click it. You see the 8-hour time frame, we don't really need that one. The 4 hours, we click it. The 1 hour, the 30 minutes, we enable it. 15, we enable. 5 minutes, I also enable it. And then the 1 minute time frame, I enable it. Now after enabling that one, you can see all the time frames now appear here. We can now switch between different time frames. You understand? Now this icon at the top right hand side beside try free demo, there's an icon here. If we click on it, it would give us a dark interface. If we click on it again, it will give us a bright interface. Now that is just how to go about it only on derive.com. On the normal trading view here, it is different. But the same way we set all these tools here and the time frames here is the same way you will set it on this interface here. You understand? But then I think this is the one I'm using good. So now what we are going to do, I've set the timings, the different time frames. Now we come to this section, I will click here. Now for this cross, we would simply enable it because I like to use this cross most times. Now when I click on this cross, when I want to use this cross, I'll come here and click on it. When I click on it, you can see that the cross is just like an arrow tool, but you can see that it helps me to be able to know the prices at this side. When I put it on the chart, it's showing me the particular price of market and at any point in, like at any price I put it at. You understand? If I bring it to this low, it will show me the price at this other side, at this area. If I take it up, to show me the price at this area. So that is one thing I do. Now apart from that, we now go to I also enable the arrow. So this arrow now, when I come here and click on arrow, you see it shows me the same price at the side, but then it doesn't show me any line on the chart. So I just use it to, maybe if I want to move the chart sideways, I click on it. I click on the best screen and I drag my cursor, right click on the best screen and I drag my cursor to the left hand side. It will shift it to that side. Now if I want to take it to the right hand side, I click on this left hand side here. I right click on it, then I drag my cursor to the right. It brings the chart to the right hand side. Now that is for that. Now that having been the case, we will now go to trend line. See, we have trend line. We use this trend line too. I will enable it. Now if I enable the trend line too, now if I want to mark a trend line, for instance, I can want to mark maybe from this high to this next high. So what do? I want to delete it again. I'll pick it and right click on my screen. When I right click on my screen, anywhere I right click is where the trend line will start from. Then if I drag it to the next point, the trend line, and right click, it will drop the trend line on the chart. Now when I right click on the line, I can be able to move it up, down, sideways, left, anywhere I want to take it to. I can be able to take it to that point. How do I do it? I'll come to that line the trend line we've placed on the chart, I'll right click on it and I'll move it to any point I want to move it to. That is how I go about it. Now, that being the case, we have this here, then I adjust it to this point and this is it. Now, after doing this, the next thing we'll be doing is I'll come here and look for any other truth. So we have the horizontal ray. Now, when we pick this horizontal ray, you can see it extends. Once I mark it at that point, it will keep extending. It's just a very straight line to the ends of the chart. You get, it's a very straight line. What do I want to use it for? I can use it to mark here. Understand? Okay, at this support, I say, okay, this is a high. You understand? Now, if I want to double any of the indicators that I put here, if I want to double this one, what will I do? I'll simply right click on it. You see, clone. When I click on clone, it will double. You get? Now, I want to do the same thing on this one here. I right click on it, and you see clone, it will double. So that's how to double your tools or your chart. If you want maybe another tool to be able to do something, and you don't want to go through the stress of coming here and picking the chart and dragging it and dropping it, all of that. So now that is for that one. Now I've added this horizontal array. Now I want to add the next one, horizontal line. Now I want to add the next one, which is the horizontal array. Now when I enable it, you see I'm enabling them one after the other so that it doesn't get complicated for you. Now, when I enable the horizontal array, I come here, I click on it, and then I drop it on my chart. When I drop it on my chart, you can see that horizontal array is not like the horizontal line that actually extends to the end. This one just, you can, from any point you want it will be at that point, and then the whole chart will just display. You understand? Like if I want it from this point, I can put it there. It will only be from that point where I drop my line to the end. You understand? So that is for this horizontal array. So that is for this one basically. Now the next one is let's see, vertical line. So when I enable the vertical line, as you all know, the vertical line is straight. You understand? Yeah, so I made it, I came here and I selected, you see line, you see dotted line, you see dash line. So if I click on line, the line becomes straight. Same you can do with any of all these indicators we added. Then if I want to select the dash line, I would select dash line and it simply gives it to us here. You understand? Dashes. Now when I want a dotted line, I'll simply select this dotted line and you see that it is in dotted line. If I want to make it thick, I come here, any of the lines, the same thing is applicable for any of the lines you're using, any of the two you're using. When I select this, you can see it is this thick. When I select this, you see it becomes thicker. And then when I select the biggest one, you see it becomes very thick. It's the same line, but the more we increase it, the more the thickness, you understand? Applicable to all of the other it's applicable to all these other tools, you understand? So if I pick this one, I want it to be dash, you see. So that is how we go about selecting this, changing the tools. So that is that for this one. That's that for this one. Now when we come here, we have the Fibonacci retracement. Now for this Fibonacci retracement, when I enable it, you come here and you click on it, you put it on your chart and you drag it through. Now this is our settings, you know about it. To get these settings done, you have to go to this you have to come here and you click on this place and then you go for the settings. You go for all of the settings. So you have it on the video there. You can go and simply watch it and see how to go about the settings there. Now that's the training video I sent you. So that is it for that. Now if you want to pick it, you simply pick it from the low to the high, you understand, with all of these prices. I will explain this Fibonacci settings on the training we'll be having. So now we have the long position, we have the short position. Now for this long position and short position, when we bring out the long, this is the short position, you see, okay, this is the long. You see the bottom is for the stop loss, while the top is for the take profit. So you can see how we go about adjusting it. We click this center to take it down. We click this one to take it up or down. Then we'll click this one to take it up any point. So this is basically how we want our chart to be. You get, so this is basically how we want our chart to be, just totally what it is. For the other two, I'll click on it. It's just what it is. You get, it's what it simply is. You adjust it. So here we have our pips. Here it simply helps you calculate your risk to reward ratio you are taking on your trade, and then the amount of pips you decide to take. It helps you calculate it by all these price numbers here. Now another thing we have, let me see what we have here. I think no other two here will be needed. No other two here. Now the next tool, this is a brush tool. Now this brush tool, we simply use it to, that's what I use to maybe categorize an area like this point now a downtrend, like this point an uptrend, and like this point is becoming to, it's a downtrend but it's beginning to look like a ranging market. You get, so we use this brush to do that. Now after getting that done, the next thing I'll simply do, the next one, which is this rectangle. So this rectangular tool, I click on this point here, and then we can use this rectangular tool, you understand? So you see, when we drag it, we drag this center here to the left hand side to extend the chart. We take this to the left hand side to extend the chart. Then the one at the center, we can take it down to extend the chart, or we can take it up to extend the chart, you understand? So we can also click here, take it sideways, and all of that. So that is how we implement this particular section. Now after looking at this particular area, I think those are the tools we need for now. Yeah, so those are the tools you may be needing for now. For the text, if you really want to use it, you can use it to come here and then you write anything you want to write, you understand? And if, let's say we want to write top. So when you type top there, it's simply going to you can move it. So when you click on top, you can either take it up, down, anywhere. So that's what you can do there. Then I think that's it, guys. Nothing much. That's wonderful, guys. Peace, one love.